a second. Listen to a little Linus and... No, this is Ice Skating from Vince Guaraldi's Charlie Brown Christmas. Good morning. We're back in the kitchen. Ann Riley, if you liked the eggnog, which I know you did, I think you're really going to like this hot cocoa. So we are making my former minister, you know how I talk about this minister from my past, Rich Zeck, a lot? We're making his wife's great-grandmother's hot cocoa. Bonnie Zeck's great-grandmother's, Mrs Boon. Bonnie shared this with me years and years ago, and I have given it as gifts. I will sometimes make up a big batch of it, put it into, you know, a container that doesn't need to come home to me, and then delivered a gallon of milk. And people have been thrilled because there is no hot cocoa like Bonnie Zeck's great-grandmother's hot cocoa. So, well, let's get cooking. Thanks for saying yes to letting us use it, Bonnie. So, Dr. Mary, can you just pour, we're not going to make a huge amount this morning, so can you just pour some milk into that double boiler so it can heat up? Probably a cup.
Oh, give me that. I can use this.
Sure, don't fill it all the way, please. So Bonnie's recipe calls for 3/4 cup unsweetened cocoa mixed with 1 cup of sugar, and then you add just enough water to make a kind of a syrup. So sometimes I do that, but this time I'm gonna do this because I had this Guitar Grand Cacao sweet ground chocolate that is already sweetened. So I'm just gonna make the paste out of that, but first I'm gonna start my whipping cream. So it calls, this makes a lot because you keep it and have it on hand for when people spontaneously drop by, which of course no one is spontaneously dropping by this year. So be careful how much you make because this would not be a diet food. No, and Bonnie tells this story, and I can attest to it because I've done it. When she and her sisters were little, they used to sneak into the refrigerator and use 2 fingers and scoop out a big amount. It's kind of like mousse, so I can see how that happened. All right, so Bonnie's recipe calls for 1 pint of whipping cream. I don't even know what this is. That's a quart. All right, I'm just gonna dump some in here. Again, I don't think this is really about needing to be exact, but I'm gonna use my KitchenAid. You could use anything. You could even use one of these if you want to work yourself into a complete and utter sweat, because you want this to be pretty thick whip. So we'll let that get going. Can you hear me?
Huh?
No, not funny. Too soon, Dr. Mary. All right. So instead of using water, I've got the last of my little double cream.
Good Lord.
Well, you know, if you're gonna go big. And I added a little half and half to it just to get the double cream off of the sides because I can't waste that. So we're gonna use that to make the syrup.
Oh dear.
So we're just taking, you know, like a really hefty heaping teaspoonful, a couple of those. And then we're gonna dump this in there, just so that it's not powdery. And I don't think it has to be incredibly smooth. It can still be a little bit grainy. But if you don't have this, you can just use, you know, what is this, Nestle or Hershey's or whatever you have, and sugar. I like cane sugar better than sugar beet sugar. I'm sorry, I know that's a little bit heretical to say in the Fargo-Moorhead region, but I do.
Sucrose.
Yeah, I like sucrose better. That's how I'm gonna talk from now on. Okay, so we're gonna turn this up, and we're gonna try and get that really whipped. You can see that this has created kind of a thick, floppy paste. Sometimes I add cinnamon. You could add peppermint. You could add raspberry, you know, an essential oil kind of thing. That would be fine.
What?
Okay, let's see what we think of this. So you just want it to be, well, here, I'll lift this up for you versus trying. You just want it to be thick. So this isn't as thick as the eggnog, but you know, I told you the other day when we made the eggnog, I thought I over whipped the whites. How's the milk doing, Dr. Mary? So, I'm gonna add this paste.
It is coming to the boil.
Okay, turn it down, please. We don't want it to boil. I'm gonna add this paste to the whipping cream. And you know, this is really all dependent on how sweet you like it. I don't love it super sweet. I don't want Swiss Miss hot cocoa with 12 million grams of fat. That seems silly. I am gonna put a little bit of cinnamon in because I like cinnamon in my hot cocoa. It's a good day for hot cocoa. If you are in the Red River Valley, holy buckets, it looks terrible outside. Even our poor dog is clearly deciding to hold on. I'm gonna add a little vanilla. Can I hand you that, please, so I don't tip it? All right, so then I'm going to mix that again. I think Bonnie folds hers, but I'm gonna mix it because I just think I want that whipping cream a little bit thicker. Oh, I do kind of wait all year to have this drink. Oh yeah, instant espresso powder would be great. You could make a mocha drink with that. So there's only really one more thing in Bonnie's recipe, and I don't always put this in, but I thought if I'm gonna use Bonnie's great-grandmother's recipe, I should use the recipe. Although I'm not totally using it the way Bonnie says it. Will you open that for me, please? Because I'm a little bit lazy. And because I don't feel like it makes a huge difference. All right, thank you. Marshmallows. We're gonna add those. Oh, that's much better. We're gonna add some marshmallows to the whipped cream and cocoa. And the longer this sits, sort of the mushier they get. You know how they get in a mug of hot cocoa? And it's so delightful. Yeah, that's what happens with this.
This is a very American thing.
Yeah, did you not grow up drinking hot cocoa?
All marshmallows, no.
What a shame.
I had my first marshmallow when I moved here in 2001.
Can you imagine? And Dr. Mary thinks he's lived a full life. Come on. That's just silly. Hot cocoa is one of the great reasons to be alive, in my opinion. All right, so we are going to fold the marshmallows in.
Know when to fold, know when to hold,
Ooh, it's funny to do this backwards.
know when to walk away, know when to whisk.
Oh, it smells so good. Now, I think it's better if it sits just a little bit, but we're not going to do that because, you know, it's a live show. So, can you please put about that much milk in there for me? So then the other thing you can do if you really want to be gourmet about it is you could take a bitter chocolate, dark chocolate, whatever. Oh, you could put hazelnut in there too if you love chocolate and hazelnut. And you're gonna just...
Is that enough?
Sure, just set it down, please, thank you. You're gonna just do some kind of shards with a sharp knife. See? And you're just gonna put those on top. Okay, so you take your mug of milk, see it's how it's steaming, and you add, I better use a spoon. You add a honking dollop. I think people who sort of have that, oh, I'll just add a little. Why? If you're gonna do it, do it. And then don't make it very often.
Yeah, because
it is kind of a heart attack waiting to happen. So you just get that all incorporated. See how it's a beautiful pale cocoa color? And you could add a lot more cocoa powder if you wanted to. You could do a combination of sweetened cocoa powder and chocolate, and you could do anything you wanted. Those tabs that we used to make Henry VIII's port chocolate, you could melt those down too. Then you would definitely need sugar. All right, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna add a little sprinkling of my shaved chocolate. And I'm going to enjoy this by myself because I don't think you would enjoy it, and I can't bear to waste it on you, Dr. Mary.
Thank you. That's the fact I'm allergic to chocolate.
Oh my gosh. Bonnie Zeck, I know you're watching this morning. There are many, many things that I enjoy about you. And we were friends long before you shared this recipe with me. But boy, if I had been thinking, I don't really care for Bonnie Zeck, and you had given me this recipe, I would have had to rethink it. So that's not how I feel. But wowzers.
I think she likes it.
Oh. I hope that you all make this. You know what? I rarely put the marshmallows in. That's been a huge mistake. The marshmallows make it. Because they add a little bit of interesting texture. And can you imagine if you made your own marshmallows? I didn't go that far. It's only a 15-minute show, folks. All right. This, obviously, as with all our drinks, you could add alcohol to this too. You could also add our non-alcoholic Baileys to this. That would be good. But you could add any of the after-dinner liqueurs that people add to their hot cocoa, a Nutty Irishman, all those drinks. But I don't know why anybody would think they need to try to improve on this beautiful, beautiful drink. So I hope you make this today. And I hope you are safe from the storm. And we'll see you tomorrow for a Christmas Eve conversation with author Delane Shea. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.